Okay, so the question is the figure 2 above shows a symmetrical template which is made from a steel plate 120 millimeters wide by 100 millimeters high. A. To a scale of 1 to 1, copy the template. B. Show all construction for obtaining the two 90-degree angles and the centers for the curves. Okay, so we have to draw this exact same object that we see in here, and we must show all the working, right? That's basically it. So we know the max width would be 120 millimeters and the max height would be 100. So we use the rectangle tool, rectangle, select the first point, and then I'll type D to enter the dimensions, and I will type 120 for the width and 100 for the height. Bam. So we know everything coming within here. Click. Nice. Let's start by drawing this semicircle to the top here, which is 35 degrees radius. So we know we could just work on one half and just mirror it because everything is symmetrical, right? Right on the middle here, exactly what is on the right is on the left, right? Circle, center radius. Yes, let's use the 2 point. So with the 2 point, we specify 1 point, and then we have to specify the diameter. So the diameter will be 70. Nice. Let's show the centers for this. So we can put this on the center line. Nice. Then we see from the center here, we have this curve here, right? Now this curve is going to be an external tangent. So what we do, we add 35 to 10, so that's 45. And from this point here, we describe the first arc. So using the arc tool, center start end, from this point, describe the first arc of 45. Somewhere here. Nice. Let's extend the line here. Straight line. To the natural to make sure this line is straight. Nice. And we know from this point 10 millimeters up would be the second arc or the second line for our center point. So what we do, we take this line and we offset it by 10. So we click offset, type T for the angle, we type 10, and we went up by 10. Right, so we know where the arc and the straight line intersects. That's the center of our arc. So we come from here. Okay, we need to turn off Ultra. Describe our arc. Let's create circles instead. Using the circle tool, center radius. This is the center, and then we have the perpendicular. That's going to be the radius, right? Nice. Then we go back. We want to get this arc here, so we know that the radius of the arc will be 10 off from this direction, and then it will be 10 off from this direction. So right ahead, we could come here and offset this line. True. Escape, cancel. So let's do that over. Offset, specify true 10, type 10, and then we specify the object, bam, and we specify the object, bam. And then we know from this point here, let's start using circles. We know this is the center of our other circle. Right? After we would neaten it up a bit. Oh, let's neaten it up now. So we come with the trim tool. Let's trim this. Let's trim here. We don't want this. We don't want this. We could trim this. We could trim this. Okay. We could do this. Let's trim again. To trim this off. Nice. Okay. Now let's delete this. Let's delete this. Now, explode this. We can delete this and this for now. Right. So the bottom is where we have a little tricky situation here. Right. So how to explain this? So we have a 90 degree here. So we know a triangle has 360 degrees, right? So we have this 90 degree here. And we know that this height, or the highest point where this 90 degree will go, will be 40 millimeters. So let's draw that line. Let's draw a line 40 from the bottom, right? Ensure that is a straight line. 40, enter, all the way across. Nice. Right, so back to here now. So just imagine we have an imaginary line here on the question. So this angle here would be 90 degrees, right? We know a triangle has 300 or 120 degrees, right? So if this has 120 degrees, if this has 90 degrees, sorry, we know if we have a straight line here, this would most likely be 60, and this would most likely be 30 degrees, right? So if here is 60, this angle here would obviously be 90, and then this one would be 30 degrees, right? So if this is 30, then we have 60 will give us 90. So from the straight here, or from the perpendicular, we come up 60, and then we construct the 90 up here. Right, so let's do that real quick. So from here, let's construct a 60 degree angle, and we know how to construct 60 degree angles, right? Let's say we use 25. Describe our first arc. Arc tool again, come from this point, and come on top. Describe our arc here. Alright, let's draw a line from this point to here, and we click this line, and then we click lengthen. We're going to lengthen it all the way up to this 40 degree mark here. Nice. And then from this 40 point here, we want to construct a 90 degree angle, right? So it's in the center start angle. What we have to do, we have to actually shift everything in our head, right? So we come 25, and we're going to construct our 90 degree angle right here, right? So come from this point here now, we're going to scribe 25 again. So that's our 60. Then we come from this point, scribe 25 again. That's our 120. And we need to really zoom into here to make sure that when we bisect it now, we're going to bisect these 2 points here. Right. Center start end. Going to make sure we bisect it on point. Right, so let's use 25 again. Alright. This point at center, 25 as radius. Okay. So from this point here now, passing through this point, let's lengthen this line a bit. We know this is our 90 degree. So if we use the measure tool, we go down to the angle and we measure here, we would see this angle is 90 degrees, which is what they asked us for here. Alright, Now, what we could go ahead and do, we could just do some trimming down here.